We have a Fox News alert for you this morning. While you were sleeping, ISIS militants have released a new video. In it, they claim to have beheaded another American aid worker. His name, Peter Kassig.
In the unverified video, ISIS reportedly threatens President Obama with claims that they will take their fight to the American streets. Is this proof U.S. airstrikes are not enough? Let's ask our Fox News strategic analyst, Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters. What do you think about the airstrikes? I mean, are they enough?
No, they are not enough. It was never a serious air campaign. And while air power can do tremendous things, it doesn't win wars by itself. And so our president, who's always trying to judge how little he can get away with doing, trying to modulate it at the lowest possible temperature, threw away the advantage of surprise, threw away the chance to really hit ISIS hard very well. And by constantly, in every deployment, every conflict, he's always taking things off the table prematurely, telling ISIS that, well, we're not going to send ground troops. We're not going to send ground troops. Even if you do not intend to send ground troops, you do not say it. Because it's telling Islamic State that we're scared of them, that we're afraid to send in ground troops. So it would be hard to do a worse job of managing this threat.
So these videos mock us for the ineffectiveness of our response to ISIS. They basically seem to be saying, send ground troops. Do they want us to send ground troops? They seem like it.
No, and I heard Waleed Ferris saying earlier he thought they want that. No, they don't. They want us out. They want us out of the Middle East entirely. They want the infidels gone. They want the heretics gone. They want a pure Middle East where everybody adheres to their form of Islam. And the thing with killing Peter Kassig, who later called himself Abdul Rahman Kassig, yet they had to kill that guy especially because he was an aid worker. And the last thing Islamic State and the other militant groups in the region want is a positive image of Westerners helping the people. So you're definitely going to kill aid workers. You're definitely going to kill journalists and so forth.
Well, and Colonel, you said they want a pure Middle East, but they also want a pure Western world as well, right? They want to come here. They want to take over parts of Europe. They want to take over the world and push for a caliphate all over the world. If you watched 60 Minutes last week, it was absolutely frightening. Exactly how they see the rest of the world, women in particular. So what can we be doing here at home to protect our own borders from this?
Yeah, well, I often find 60 Minutes frightening for very different reasons.
Right.
But obviously their grandiose vision of conquering the world isn't going to happen. But at the same time, I think we all too often underestimate these people on various levels. Look at what they have achieved. We've ignored a fundamental change that happened back in June, when ISIS, or ISIL, if you will, Islamic State in the Levant, changed their name to Islamic State, just the caliphate. That was sending a clear message, because before it was Islamic State in Syria. Now it's just Islamic State, the caliphate. It's with regional aspirations. The Khorasan group have regional aspirations in Central Asia. We keep ignoring what our enemies are saying. As a former intelligence officer, I've been appalled. Our enemies, Islamic State, Jabhat al-Nusra, Al-Qaeda, the Khorasan Front, all the splinter groups, they tell us up front what it's about. It is about jihad in the name of their version of Islam to subdue the world, to subdue the heretics, to conquer in Muhammad's name. And we say, oh, no, they don't really mean that. Yes, they do mean it. And by the way, my personal crusade in all this is to convince Washington that you can't just talk them out of it. These guys understand their target audience. These beheading videos that repel us are tremendously electrifying and appealing to disaffected young men, Muslim converts, born Muslims, whether in Syria or San Diego.
Well, so since we know, because they have said, taking them seriously, that they want to kill Americans in America, why wouldn't we radically restrict emigration from countries where they are active into the United States? Why don't we do that?
Because it's not politically correct. We have become a society of niche grievances. And whenever you try to do anything sensible, there's some interest group that's going to protest and be invited to the White House for a luncheon, et cetera, et cetera. But let me just stress one thing here. that when Washington tries to take the easy way out, and you'll hear talk from both parties, but especially the Obama administration, talking about, we've got to improve our messaging. We've got to reach these people. We don't have a clue. Washington is full of people that are secular in worldview. They don't understand the transformative, transfigurative power of religious revelation. And boy, I'll tell you, Islamic State, they get it. They know who they're speaking to. Look what they offer these disaffected youths. Again, whether Anbar or Albuquerque, these disaffected young men who haven't found their place, they're offering them brotherhood, belonging for the first time in their life, pride, power, the chance to indulge in violence that goes on beyond any video game, the sex slave if you join Islamic State. And if you die, you get to go to paradise and have those 72 virgins, etc. What do we offer with our messaging that's going to convince them to abandon jihad? We offer them that if they behave, they might get a job at Walmart. We've got to get serious about understanding our enemies, and then we can get more serious about killing them, because killing them is the only thing that works.
Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you. I wish we had a nicer thing to talk about on Sunday morning.
Especially on Sunday, you're right. Thank you.
That is the news this morning, though, Colonel. Thank you so much.